Hey guys, good morning. How you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So thanks to all you guys that are watching my TA videos. So I'm going to start doing daily Forex ones as well, because I've had some requests from obviously a lot of you guys out there trade Forex. Yeah, the wild west of trading. A lot of it seems to be the one that I always see like advertised from those spammy companies, and a lot of people seem to be interested in it. So I do trade Forex, but I don't like day trade it all the time. I just, when I see good opportunities on larger like daily time frames, I'll take positions, but it's not something I sort of scalp and trade on a daily basis like I do actually with Bitcoin, for example. But yeah, we'll do some daily videos and see how they help you guys out, and see if they're any good, and obviously if they are, then you guys can keep watching. So straight over to the charts then. I did have to speak to some of my Forex trader friends to find out what pairs you guys trade like most of the time, because obviously there's lots of Forex pairs, and I added some of the ones that I keep an eye on as well. But yeah, so this is the list. So then we've got quite a few here. So if there's any others that you want me to add, feel free to put them in the comments, and then we'll go from there. So right, first let's just move these down a bit, get ourselves a bit more space on the chart. Right, so firstly we've got the Euro US dollar. So we'll just quickly look at the monthly first. So just so we can get like an overview of what's going on. That's always good to do. When in doubt, pull it out. So that's it, that's the saying. So we can see the TD indicator called a good 9 there, and yeah, good 9 down here called the low, a 9 aroundish this top here, and we've had a couple of 9s down here but we've not yet reacted, but anyway, so that's the TD indicator. But what I will say is that this chart is clearly looking bearish. We're clearly under the 200 moving average. The 21 has 21 month. This is obviously a long term time frame. The 21 month has moved back under the 50 month. So yeah, and obviously you can see the moving average forecast here. It's predicting the 200 is going to start curling down. So that's the monthly. Weekly, again, much the same, apart from it's even more bearish on the weekly, because we have basically got a downward curve, and we've actually been crossed over in the 21 and the 50 for quite a while now, and then we did also get the death cross, which is the 50 and the 200 crossover, which was here. And how often this works is that you'll get the death cross, price would obviously be lower than it, because it'd have to be to drag those averages down. So then you'll often get rallies up. I'm not just talking about this asset, just generally speaking, you'll get rallies up into these to test these moving averages. So you see we've got the death cross. And we were pretty much trading around the basically all the moving averages here, apart from the 21, which is the orange one. And then yeah, we tested up into the 50, tested up into the 50 again. Also, you could also get tests up into the 200 too. It's a pretty extreme stop hunt test there, and that's what we did have here. Look, you can see we tested up to the 200, faked out above it, and then obviously couldn't close anywhere near it. And then obviously got fully rejected below all the trend lines. And then again, look, we're testing the 50, well, basically testing the 21 at the moment, but the 50 general area. But this is, again, along with the monthly, this is a fully bearish chart, fully bearish, nothing bullish about this. RSI moving down, MACD moving down, even the volatility is moving down, but that's not necessarily so important to the price action. But yeah, so right, so over to the daily, see what we can isolate here on the daily. So yeah, great 9 here, which was end of February, great, which obviously reversed the price a bit here. And then yeah, we didn't quite top on the 9, but we topped on a clear topping formation here. If you know how to read candlesticks, obviously once that's a confirmed top, this was obviously a top. Then we had this big down day. We had then an indecision candle. Were we going to go back up and carry on going up, or we're going to come down? And basically, when you get the next candle, which happened to be a daily red one, what you look for is to obviously sell once we get below this doji candle here, and then you can see we move down. And then similarly, we get a 9 around the bottom here. Similar indecision candles before the 9. So I mean, those indecision candles, and then the 9 starting to move up. even if you take the buy, once we start to go above the high of that 9, then you've got a profitable trade there. And then yeah, you can pretty much see where you can follow that same format. You wait for the indecision, wait for the break below, and then that's how you trade longer term charts, guys. That's how you do it. You wait for confirmed local tops, and then you start the selling. Then you start the selling. Then you wait for confirmed local bottoms, and then you get buying up until we get a confirmed local top, or to when you get a level you want to take the profit, or when we get to a level that looks like it might be a level to take a profit, like the moving average. And again, yeah, right, so over to what we're seeing on the daily chart. Full bearish setup, 250.21, splayed out. That's a fair, and obviously trending downwards. That is a bearish setup. We are looking very like a descending triangle here as well. If you guys obviously know what that formation means, I'm sure a lot of you do. Descending triangle, so we're testing the bottom, testing the low, testing the low, testing the low, and then high, lower high, relatively equal high, but I mean you see the bigger picture. I would postulate from here, you'd either want to be taking shorts if we clear, well, in all fairness, below here. That would be a great short area for like an absolute dump. But if we don't get that, if we start to turn back up again, if we put in a local bottom, I mean, again, we could be looking, I mean, at least to the 50 period moving average around this level, and then yeah, and then just play out some more of this range. That's about the lowest time frame I probably want to look at. I mean, we will look at the 4 hour here. 4 hour got us a great sell 9 up here. This incidentally was one of the few FOREX trades that I did take. This was only a few days ago, yeah, because that's why I remember. It's pretty clear in my mind. This was yeah, this I thought was a great trade because like you see, we're overall bearish on this. We had the well, I wasn't looking at the 4 hour chart, I was actually looking at the daily chart here. Yeah, I was looking at the daily chart, obviously coming into the 200, and then this whole more bearish formation. So yeah, so that was and then obviously I mean, you should ignore fundamentals, but fundamentally, I'm bullish of the dollar and bearish of the euro anyway. So this was a pair that I was looking for a sell when the opportunity arose, and yeah, I took that, and that was a great trade. So anyway, so there we go. That is the euro dollar. I'm a bit conscious of the fact this video is going to take a while if I go into this in-depth analysis. So what we may do is we do a few of these today, because obviously I'm looking at these higher time frames in more detail and talking about the moving averages. But over the next few days, we'll probably try and trim the detail down a bit and try and whiz through more. So right, so cable now, sterling US dollar. Quick look at the monthly, get the bigger picture. Yeah, bearish again, bearish. Just nothing really to say here. Great 9 here. Basically, that was a 9 there, nearly a 9 there. Yeah, so some good trades on there. Weekly again. Oh, sorry, just check that. I mean, I will check that. I mean, I know what the moving averages are going to be. They're bearish. Yeah. Right. So weekly again, clearly bearish. Yeah, we're looking for a back across of the 21, back over the 50 as well. And this, yeah, we actually came up, the 21 came up and tested the 200 there when we sort of had this rally up. But that moving average got rejected by the moving average. You can actually do, I actually do moving average analysis as well, slope analysis, and obviously rejections of them. So this got rejected by the moving average, got rejected by the longer term moving average, and obviously price then did react to that, and then we're now having a crossover. What this is a lot of the time, these crossovers and moving averages are used to basically trigger algorithmic trades, and you can see that they probably did trick some people to front run this sort of bullish crossover, and yeah, and then obviously dumped on them. So 200-day moving the 200 period moving average, we're on a weekly scale here too, by the way, guys. The 200 period moving average is a very important moving average. So you can see, if we just look longer term, it's as far back as I can go. Yeah, so you can see you break through it, support. It tries to be a support, but when we break through it, then we come back and test it, play around it, try and break above it, break under, and then it's resistance, resistance, trying to break above it again, and then get fully rejected again. So yeah, you can see how the 200 period, be it on the daily, weekly, monthly chart, is an important moving average, and we'll see the efficacy of the 200 here on the daily chart too. So I mean, quite clearly here you can see supported, break it, capitulation, great daily 9 here, so great daily buy on the pound here, and then again, look, you can see rejected by the 200 period moving average. So these are the sort of things that you need to be looking at when you forex trading. You need to be looking at the bigger picture. You need to be looking at these moving averages. You need to be looking at the higher time frames than the time frame you're trading on, to then look for the trades that you want to take. So yeah, when we do break below here, I mean, if you have a horizontal line basically of support here, and you see we break through, and we're breaking through the 200 period, you also see that we got the cross between the 21 and the 50, which was then sort of ushering price down. We had one last hoorah to try and get above, and this is the sort of thing that markets do, guys. They don't just gift you the perfect easy trade. They'll fake in one direction. They're trying to trick traders. They're trying to trick algos. They're trying to do what they can to get people in the wrong positions, to provide the liquidity for them to then dump on the market, because you've got small, medium and large size players in any market, obviously, and the large players need a lot of liquidity to get their positions on, and they can't just sell and just force the price down, because then they won't make that much money. But if they can trick you guys into stopping out of your short positions that you put on prematurely, and even some people putting on long positions, that is plenty of extra selling for them to sell into to get a great big position up here, and then dump on you, and then make bigger profits. And that's obviously how whales operate. This is what happens. So you often see it, especially I day trade Bitcoin. You see it a lot in Bitcoin, a wick up and then a smash down, wick down, and then when we rally up, you basically get people out of their position that they put on prematurely, get some people that think we're going to go the other way, jumping on the breakout, and then bam, it takes them all out. So yeah, daily, and then we'll have, I mean, again, this is bearish, so definitely be looking for sells in here. But again, look, we're forming this bottom level of support here. So you may want to wait till that breaks, but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like take a trade right now for that. I mean, I'll never tell you to take a trade, because it's not a financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. But yeah, we can see what's going on there. We've also got the 21 period crossing back over the 50 here anyway. So that could entice some buying. And then yeah, again, look, the 21, you could target the 21 anyway if you're going to get long that, if you wanna dice with that. I mean, we have moved up from here, so we could be looking at a bit of a test back up, even if we test this old support. So this is called an OSNR support, old support, new resistance, support, old support, new resistance. This is called, so this is the resistance up here that we could test. So we could even get all the way up to here, test that resistance, which incidentally is around the 200, and then get rejected. This is basically what's happened here and here. Tested that OSNR resistance, and basically got rejected from it. So we'll have a look at the 4 hour. You guys might find, and obviously you forex traders that day trade forex, trade regularly, you might be thinking like the 4 hours a high time frame, but I consider the 4 hour the lowest time frame period that I'd look at. But yeah, we're just operating on different time frames, guys. I mean, if you're scalping trades daily, then yeah, that's obviously, I do the same in Bitcoin. I do that, but I don't do it in forex. I just look for bigger moves. And in all fairness, I mean, probably in Bitcoin I could probably make easier money, potentially easier money anyway. I can make money more easily, maybe not as much money if I just put on the longer term positions, but I don't, because, you know, hey. Anyway, so yeah, so we got the 9 sell here, 9 sell on the daily. When was this? Mid-April. And then we got the buy 9 here, go back up again, and then yeah, nothing really to help us here with the TD indicator wise, but we clearly get a confirmed top and we start trading lower, so that's clearly a sell. We get a 9 here that basically does delay the price a bit, and then we're moving down to try and get to a 9, but it didn't there. But yeah, the moving averages again here, we broke back above, basically, if you see here, we got initially we were getting forced down by the average, by the 200 day, sorry, 200 on the 4-hour period. Beautiful 9 here, look, beautiful 9 sell. Look at that, that's a fantastic trade. And then let me guess, I guess we've got like a, I know we haven't got a 9 down here. We kind of stayed down here a bit longer. But yeah, great trade there. If you're watching the 4-hour chart for like a closer entry, that is what I will do though. If I am looking for a short, like I was looking in the euro a few days ago, I will then look at these time frames to see like when I then to try and time it again. But I will look at the shorter time frames to time entries rather than to look for an entry that I actually want to take. I'll decide on the high time frames that I want to be taking an entry around a certain level, a certain time, and then I will then look at the shorter time frames to time that entry. Yeah, back to here. I mean, the 200 period moving up, 200 period moving up, but we've got indecision. We've then got the 21 moving down, and then the 50 starting to move down. We're basically in a consolidation zone. So if we, I was going to say, if we look at the ADR average true range here, ATR, you can see this is showing low vol leads to high vol. I mean, again, look, you see it here, low vol leads to high vol. This is perfectly what I was telling you about. Low vol, fake all you out, and then slam down, and then move around a bit, and then again sort of low vol again. Low vol leads to high vol, and high vol leads to low vol. It's just a cycle of volatility. Right, so we'll do one more because we've taken a bit of time on this. I know you guys that are basically pro traders, you can be like, I know all this, I don't need to hear it all, but a lot of people that trade FOREX aren't, so maybe this is helping them out a bit. So this is one of the, I call it a currency trade. I mean, it is a currency trade. It's not a currency pair. It's a dollar index, and I trade this dollar index, basically. So if we look on the monthly, in monthly, we've broken back above the 200. Again, 200 month, tested the 200 month, and then we're moving up. So we were pretty bearish, we couldn't really get above, and then we're above it now and looking strong, looking to possibly take out this, but this is the monthly time frame, full bullish formation for the moving averages. The only thing I will say is that maybe at some point we want to come back and test the 200, but we don't know when that'll be, where the 200 will be. 200 will be where it depends where it is, what time we do that. Right, so over to the weekly. Weekly again, fully bullish chart here, guys. Fully bullish. MACD possibly turning over a little bit, and RSI a bit neutral. Let me just see if we can get some more price, some more clarity here. But yeah, again, so we can see we had low volatility, attempted some higher vol, and we've actually got the 21 crossing the 50 now. Finally, I mean, it's been threatening to do for a while, and yeah, I mean, we're getting guided up by getting supported by the 200 here, kept us up. This is again what I'm telling you about, tricking some of the algos, tricking some of the early traders to basically, you see this level of support here, you see the 200 broke below it. There's a lot of people that think the dollar's going to collapse. Remember, a lot of people want to jump on this trade, jump on this short, and they got faked out. They got faked out under the 200, faked out under that level of support, and then they got absolutely hammered, like absolutely wasted. These guys did in their short positions. It was just a case of, when am I going to take my loss? When am I going to take my loss? And obviously some people have been, I'll sell more at the 2, I'll sell more at the 50, etc, and then they just can't stay solvent that long. So that's obviously what a lot of this is. Do you know what I mean? I'm not psychic, I've not got a crystal ball, but I've traded markets for nearly 15 years, so I can tell you this is the price action. This is how it works. This is how price action works. So basically squeezed all the shorts out. Some people carried on selling more, and then they got squeezed, and once they basically all stopped out and there's no one else left to buy, because all the buyers have bought what they want to buy, and all the sellers have basically that will have to stop out of the position, which is buying in the market. Stopping out of a short position is buying. You then basically get slammed back down, and where do we find the support? Around the moving averages. But this is a basically descending triangle, and I would say, I mean, we are in a bullish formation here, but I mean, we could very easily come back and test the 200 again, because to be honest, there's big traders in this market. They might be like, let's just try and do the same thing again, but maybe they won't try it so soon. Yeah, so there we go. Right, so daily. So over to the daily chart on the dollar index. So look at this for a fantastic 9 up here. Great 9 up there. This is obviously what we were talking about with that move down and slam back up. I mean, the 9 wasn't quite at the top, but it was roughly there, and then the 9 wasn't at the bottom. But we had a clear candlestick analysis. We had the bottom, we had the green candle, we had a bit of an indecision candle, and then we sort of take out the top, and that's when you get long. And there you go. Tightening formation here. Look, you can see ATR coming down. MACD, MACD is relatively neutral, coming back up again, but RSI is down again. So I am bullish on this, on the dollar, fundamentally, but you should always ignore your fundamental views and just look at the technicals. But we are in a tightening formation here, so I would maybe expect a bit more of a down move to tighten up this formation before we then get a breakout one way or the other, which I postulate would be the other rather than the one way. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's it. I'll bring this video to an end here. Obviously, there's all these other pairs that I will analyze over the next. Well, I'll do these daily videos. I'll analyze over the next days. Yeah, obviously, part of this is to show you my analysis of these pairs, where I think they're going, and then also just to give you guys some trading tips, some trading advice. Just so you can view these markets a bit more clear-headedly. And this is especially, like I said, for those forex traders, those furiously trading, day trading, forex traders that you just need to take a step back. You need to look at the bigger time frames. You don't need to be killing yourself over these little moves when the market will offer you great big, fantastic moves. Fantastic setups as well. I mean, some of them you'll get a setup and it won't work, but you'll often get setups that do work, and then you'll get a big massive win. So just something that you guys definitely have got to think about. So anyway, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will yeah, I'll have more videos coming today, more daily videos on various markets that I analyze, and I will, yeah, so look out for those if you're interested, and I'll speak to you guys soon.